Peace. I'm back a long time. So yeah, I come from like I was saying in the first clip, I came from a two-parent household, and it wasn't like all that is cracked up to be. Don't get me twisted. My parents, like, they were love. I came from love, but there was a lot of things that I wish I didn't have to go through because of the stuff that they went through, you know, and being a single parent right now, I've chose to be that because I didn't want to have to go through certain things that I was dealing with through for I don't know how long, and then I didn't want my children to come up and think that that's acceptable, you know. But let me tell you, being a single parent, like, yeah, there is a lot of stigma, and there is a lot of stigma, but besides the stigma, it's a heavy task, and I don't think, like, naturally no one really chooses that. It's a matter of feeling that you have to. Okay, I guess there's some warped mind that probably goes on like, I just want the baby, I don't want to be with you, and all that crazy shit, and I don't agree with that at all, because that's messed up. It's just messed up because the child doesn't benefit. But when you're in a detrimental situation with another partner, with your partner, with your children's father, children's mother, if it's actually detrimental to you, to your health, then you're better off being by yourself. Yes, it is much harder because as a single parent, you're having to balance and almost hold up the other person's part that they're supposed to play, and it's not easy, of course, but you're strong. You can do it, mothers and fathers, because I know there's a lot of single fathers out there, and never to dismiss you. Like, we appreciate the men that come up and say, like, you know what, I'm gonna have to do this because no one else is doing it, or she's not doing it. But people think, like, I think they talk a lot more on single mothers, and I being a single mother, I can speak more on that. It's like people think, oh, why is she so angry, and why did she take out her anger on the children, all of that. Not me personally, but those are the kind of questions that people have in their minds. Like, it's because you're having to, like, be two parents for at the same time. Basically, you're having to hold up somebody else. It's like being a cashier, and then your boss or your manager goes, I don't know, goes away or something like that, and you're having to take up that manager's role as well, but you're not getting paid for it. I say that about paying for it, but I mean, like, imagine, yeah, because you're having to. For me, I just had a thought. It's like you're not even getting the alleviation of having some good sex. Like, fucking hell. Yeah, man, because that's the thing as well. Sex, without sex, can get frustrating, but because but it's I'm not one to just open up legs anyhow, anywhere. So I keep myself, and being celibate is a good thing because even, like, it's another video, but where you're sharing yourself, where you're sharing juices, where you're picking up as a woman, you take in, what the man has got. And actually, as a men get to know this, that anytime your sperm, just remembered something, Taser Black and this what's in the mac chicken sauce. Oh my god, you don't even know how I felt about that. Anyways, let me not go there. Um, you take as a man, whenever you ejaculate, that's a little bit of your soul. That's a little bit of your spirit that you're giving to the woman. You know. And women, that's a little bit of their soul or their spirit that you're taking in from them, their characteristics, their being, their upbringing, their everything. So when you wonder why these sometimes let me just go, cultures where you see interracial relationships, and you see that the say if the man is black and the woman is of a different race, they kind of merge and they look like they're from the same race, or like the woman will look more like the black man's race, or it's because of all of that energy that they get through the sex, through the intercourse, through the fluid changes. And even that's even with relationships, with friendships as well. We merge. Energy is contagious. Sorry, I'm not even on the screen. Energy is contagious. Even without flu, even when you're sharing drinks with somebody, you're drinking from their straws and stuff like that, they get a little piece of you. And energy is a commodity out here. It's big business. It's big business, and it's money. You pay attention. You know, you're paying your attention. Your attention is a big thing. That's why they have these big billboards and everything on buses, and they always have food at you. Like they always have sex at you, because anything you look at, it's a instant implantation. It's an instant, like it can draw on your energy depending on the color. That's why McDonald's is those colors that they are. The logo, at least I know it's changed a little bit now, but I'm not too sure what it means now. But even I took that heat on with my vegan business, like, which I'm no longer, well, it's still it's a food takeaway. It's called Ra Soul, and it's no longer going to be vegan. It's going to be omnivore, but mainly plant-based, but some meats here and there. So I'm going to relaunch that soon. I'll let you know when it's coming. But yeah, energy is everything. Spirit first, matter after. Again, energy and spirit are this one and the same. They're the same thing, okay? Everything is an energy first. Everything is a non-tangible first, and then it becomes tangible. Same way like the energy of, I don't know, seeing some kind of poster and then you realizing that you're acting it out afterwards. You know, whether it's like you see something or you see something on the TV on the screen where it's just bare sexual, all of a sudden you just feel like you want to have sex, or you're feeling well horny. Like energy is everything. But being a single parent isn't easy, and it's because you're having to take on two roles. But it doesn't take that. Don't take that away from people. Like, not respect those that can actually uphold so much. You know, because I know I have my bouts of like situation where I'm like, oh, I could do so much better right now. I wish I was doing better, but I do a lot already. And some people don't even do half as much as I do in a two-parent household. And it's not a comparison thing. It's just I'm letting you know that you shouldn't be judging or shunning people that are single parents. Like, if you can help, then help. If you can't, shut up. Seriously. If you have no idea, especially when you're not a parent yourself, because dealing with a child, having a child is a lot of work. But the thing is, I always have to say to people, because people look at me all the time, because I have two young ones. My eldest is 5, and it's like they're quite young, and it's like, wow, they come like twins almost, but they're not twins. And it's like everyone's like, oh, it must be really hard work. It must be. That's the first one that people always come at me with, and it's like, it's not that hard, you know. I mean, it's not that it's not hard. It's not easy, but the benefits and the joy that you get outweighs everything, because the little nuances that we get is futile, minor, depending on your heart, I guess, depending on your perception. Because some people will dwell on the fact that, oh, I'm doing it all by myself and that, and not push forward. But I don't really see that. I think anybody that I've come across that is a single mother, I can recall actually one woman, but she still pushed through. She still did her thing, and with the energy of other people that can encourage you rather than shun you, it just helps you propel even more. Because would you rather see that child parentless in a home because their one single parent couldn't cope because they were getting all kind of stigma? Or would you rather see them at least with one parent? Because more time, the people that come from homes and stuff like that, they're having even like more headache. They're even worse off. So please, I want people to stop like looking at single parents like they're the worst. And a lot of people look at me like, she shouldn't be by herself. Like, I mean, just because of the way I look, and that's ridiculous. So like, look, again, no one should be in a situation where they're not feeling fulfilled. And sometimes you have to check that, but it's not about us not feeling fulfilled, because sometimes we could feel unfulfilled because of our own perceptions. But if someone is there for you, check that. But it depends on how they're there for you. You have to also know, yeah, it's discernment. Discernment is key. You have to know what's really good for you, what's really not good for you, you know? what's being true, what's not being true, what's confusion or what's clarity, what's light or what's dark. And light and dark is, it's not negative or positive, it just is. It's how you take it and how you can transmute it if you know how to transmute it. It's a lot because I'm going into different waves, like, and I don't know if I'm losing some, but yeah, I mean, it's not a task that you can't handle. That's what it is. If you're in that situation, then keep strong, keep going. Like, yes, you may have your slip ups. You're gonna get back up. You're wired to get back up. Okay, so don't wait for that anybody to tell you got to get up. You just move, get up, and keep pushing and keep going. You're good for it, and your child will thank you for it, because there's many people that came from single parent households that of course but most people would wish, oh, I wish I had my father there. But if they really knew what the two dynamics would have come to be, then more likely they wouldn't, because there was so many times where I was like, oh, why don't you just go, mama? Why don't you just leave it then if it's just bringing you all this angst and this and that? Like, she's like, oh, but da, da, da. I mean, we didn't really get into conversations like that, to be honest. But yeah, it was like, what is the point then? And we all knew, like, it was always because of the whole family dynamic and trying to keep that together, and the community not looking at us crazy. And I was like, yo, like, we're looking crazy regardless. And that go just, I mean, like, I think I've heard of many worse situations than where I come from, but I can only relate to mine. And I'm not trying to make it out to be the worst, because I don't think it was the worst, but it wasn't the best either. And again, people think that, oh, because you're in a two-parent household, you should be better off. You don't have no daddy issues or mommy issues. Like, people have daddy issues and mommy issues regardless, because it's the individual. That's why it's so important, why I always say, like, you have to love yourself wholly first. Understand who and why you came to be, knowing thyself holistically, the whole of yourself, right? Inside and out. And then being and striving to be your unique higher self. Not just being different, or not just trying to be like a rebel and go away from the status quo and all of these things, but being that one that is of your highest good, your highest being. Because your highest being is what's most closely connected to the infinite one, the all-seeing, the all-being, almighty. Yeah, so big up to those single parents that are doing it and doing it well, Keep up. You'll be rewarded in due course, in due time, and you're not going to be single all your life, so enjoy that time, okay? As long as you are working to be your highest good, your highest self, your one will come through. Most definitely. We don't come here to be by ourselves. Really, we're not. We will come here to learn about relationships, and different relationships teach us different things. And it's always good for us to know when to go, when to leave, when to stay. Discernment, again, is key. And then when we get to the best steed, we'll have that finality. The one that is just cool, it's bliss. Don't get it twisted. It's not going to be without works, but it's not going to be hard. It's going to be them things that, them tasks that you have to just go through, that you feel, okay, I just have to do this. Let me just do it, and then be good. Rather than, having to drag your feet and shit like that. It's not going to be that kind of hardness or those kind of lessons. As long as we are working, doing our internal work, loving thyself, knowing thyself, and being the unique higher self. Don't think you'll be single forever. You're never going to be single forever. We didn't come here to be single for life. We come here to exude love. Love is the highest order in this plane. But before the love, it comes the lessons and the blessings. The lessons have to be earned before the blessings. And the blessing is the highest state of love. Ari, much love and peace, joy, and fortification.